Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to USA International Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson, bringing you tonight's feature event. It's the Hell for Leather Legends series from USA International Speedway. Brought to you tonight by the Cotterman iRacing team and the Johnson iRacing team, along with our sponsors at Sim Coaches, Adminboxx, and PestSuppliesDirect.com. Tonight should be a fantastic race, scheduled for 50 laps. The average I rating here, 1,987, so a fantastically strong field. Should be some outstanding action. Let's join the excitement here at USA International Speedway. We won't really be able to show you the entire starting grid here. We've just got too many cars. 30 cars scheduled to start. Larry McDonald in race control has generously offered to step out of the race and act as our eye in the sky. Drivers of note, Quinten Nuttall and Erik Steel, qualified on the front row by virtue of that qualifying attempt. Those two drivers did not have to run in the heat races. Jed Cotterman, Lee Walker, Ty Allenby, all winners in heat races. They will start in the next four spots, along with Scott Crane. Behind that, the lineup set by heat race finishes, with the top four qualifiers in each heat race. The top four finishers in each heat race making their way into the main. After that, lineup set by the winners of the C main and the B main. Right now, we're going to try to hop in and ride along with the 26 of Adminboxx. Looks like we're struggling. iRacing, when you have very large fields like this, often struggles to display the cars that are on the speedway. So we're really struggling here to try to get a good feel for who we can see on the speedway and who we can't. I'm going to hop in with Cotterman for now, I think. Jed Cotterman in car number 7. See if we can't ride along with Jed. He's in the third starting spot. Jed has disappeared as well. Because of the limitations of the iRacing platform, in these short tracks, you get a really big field like this, and you'll sometimes see cars sort of flickering in and out of existence. That can also be part of the limitations of the graphics software on the host computer, as well as internet limitations. One of the downsides to simulation racing is that when you get really big fields, you can sometimes have some problems displaying all the drivers. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. The 98 of Nuttall on the pole. Hammers the throttle. Nuttall will lead the field into turn number 1. Now through the center of 1 and 2. Out onto the back straightaway. Quinten Nuttall holding on to the lead with Erik Steel second. Cotterman in the third spot. Lee Walker running fourth. Scott Crane looking to the inside of that 363 car. Looks like he's going to make the pass. Jase Mongeon, who won his heat race with some blistering lap times today. Mongeon also hanging on as we see the 00. That looks like Chaber going to the inside. That's the 12 of Crane going around. He's off to the inside as well. That could bring out a caution. We are 2 laps into a 50-lap event. And it appears that we are under caution. So caution is out. We are on lap number 3 of 50. Caution on the speedway for a spin involving the 12 of Scott Crane. Hey, let's give a shout out to Adminboxx. Adminboxx is plug and play simulation race administration. No key binding, no programming. Just plug in the box and then hit the buttons. All of the primary commands are pre-programmed and clearly labeled to make administering a race as easy as possible. To learn more, go to www.adminboxx.com. Right now it is Quinten Nuttall with the lead, followed by the 32 of Erik Steel. Then we've got Jed Cotterman, Matty Moniak in the 4th spot. Lee Walker running 5th, Jase Mongeon in 6th, Jacob Nuttall 7th, Adminboxx 8th, Brandon Herzing in the 9th spot, and Super Dave Osborne rounding out the top 10. Other drivers of note, Aaron Johnson, who won the B main, started 20th, has worked his way into the 13th spot. Eric Sellers, who started 22nd, is now 14th. Ty Allenby, who won the C-Main, is in the 19th spot. Those drivers that have all displayed some speed today, out front, it is still the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. Nuttall in that familiar black, red, and white car, along with the 32 of Erik Steel just to his outside. Behind them it is Jed Cotterman, Matty Moniak, Lee Walker, Jase Mongeon, Jacob Nuttall, Andrew Bogus, Brandon Herzing, Dave Osborne, the top 10. We are scheduled for 50 laps. We're 5 laps into that event. Caution number 1 on the speedway. Pace car leading the field around USA International Speedway. The HLL Leather Legends League is unique in that it combines multiple car platforms, Legend cars and SK Modifieds, racing at the same track in back-to-back weeks. Next week, the HLL Leather Series will go to USA International Speedway, but will run 75 laps in the SK Mods. Each week, a new track, Legends first, Modified second. We will crown 3 champions, or we will give out 3 championships, a Legends championship, a Modified championship, and an overall or combined championship. If you're interested in running the race, reach out to Aaron Johnson 14 or Jed Cotterman on iRacing, or reach out to the Johnson iRacing team or the Cotterman iRacing team on Facebook. Lights are still on the pace car. We've completed 6 laps. About half of our laps so far have been under caution. The lights are off now. We expect the green flag next time by. Riding along with Jed Cotterman in car number 7. Let's hop in and see if we can ride along with the 98. That's your leader, Quinten Nuttall. Nuttall running out front. Quinten Nuttall, a regular in the United States Racing League. Pace car is in. Nuttall leads the field out of 4. Green flag is out. Quinten Nuttall gets a nice restart. It's Nuttall, Steel, Cotterman, then Matty Moniak. Quinten Nuttall running up front, comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, holding on to the lead there over the 32 of Erik Steel. With the 7 of Cotterman in the 3rd spot. Looks like Matty Moniak's trying to make a move on the 7 of Cotterman. Moniak slides up the track. Cotterman goes around. Didn't see exactly what happened there. Caution is out, so caution on the speedway after an incident involving the 24 of Matty Moniak and the 7 of Jed Cotterman. Let's see if we can't pull up some footage and have a look at what brought out caution number 2 at USA International Speedway. It looks like Moniak made a little bit of a dive underneath the 7, got 2 wheels down onto the apron, slid up, and turned the 7 around. Moniak will be going into the pits. Looks like the 7 of Cotterman probably also will at least have to go to the rear here. Cotterman going into the pits. iRacing again struggling just a bit to process the sheer number of race cars on the speedway. We are 10 laps into a 50-lap event. Quinten Nuttall with the lead. If you're looking to enhance your sim racing experience, you want a better feel for sim racing, take a look at Sim Coach's pedals. Sim Coaches makes their pedals out of stainless steel, assembled here in America. They use real Willwood brake master cylinders to give you a true hydraulic braking experience. If you want to up your game and get the best sim racing experience possible, take a look at Sim Coaches. You'll be glad you did. We are 11 laps into a 50 lap race scheduled for 50. Nuttall with the lead. The 32 of Steel running second. Jase Mongeon in the 3rd spot. Lee Walker in 4th. Behind them, it's Bogus and Jacob Nuttall. Brandon Herzing and Super Dave Osborne, and then just behind them it looks like Franz, Johnson, and Reynolds, those three drivers in the Johnson iRacing team. Lights are off on the pace car. We should be getting the green flag next time by. Nuttall hammers the throttle, gets a fantastic restart, gets a little bit of a jump on the 32 of Erik Steel, and the 19 of Mongeon all over Steele's back bumper. Nuttall leading the field through turn 1 and 2, now out onto the back straightaway. Quinten Nuttall hanging on to the lead, followed by Steel, Mongeon, Walker, and Bogus, with Jake Nuttall just behind that group. Mongeon gets position on the 32 of Erik Steel and makes the pass, moving into the second spot as they come past the start-finish line. We're beginning lap 13 of 50. Erik Steel has dropped back to third. Out front, it is the 98 of Nuttall, and caution is on the speedway again. Caution number 3. Let's have a look and see if we can figure out what happened to bring out the caution on lap number 13. Erik Steel looks like he just got a little out of shape, collected the 71. That's Dylan Calabro. Steel and Calabro both to the inside wall, and that will bring out the caution. We're under caution again for the third time here in 13 laps at USA International Speedway. We really want to give a shout out and a big thank you to PestSuppliesDirect.com for sponsoring the Hell for Leather Legends League. If you got pests, whether they're in your house, you've got problems with moles in the yard, or rats in the barn, if you need to take care of those pesky varmints, go to PestSuppliesDirect.com, mention the code iRacing with a capital R, and you get 10% off your first order. Don't forget, PestSuppliesDirect.com. Use the code iRacing with a capital R. That'll give you 10% off your first order. Quinten Nuttall continues to lead. Jase Mongeon is in second with the 32 of Erik Steel running third. Just behind that group, it's the 363 of Walker and the 26 of Bogus. We are 15 laps into a 61 lap event, or sorry, to a 50 lap event. Nuttall has led from the green, but Jase Mongeon has worked his way to the front here. Mongeon with a very quick race car. He was fast in practice. He set the fastest time during warm-ups as well. The only car to break into the 23.3 second barrier. Lights are off on the pace car. We should expect a green flag next time by, as we see a battle brewing between Nuttall and the 98 and the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Jase doing a nice job here, working his way through traffic. Pace car is in. Nuttall hammers the throttle. Mongeon looks to the inside. Mongeon with a fantastic restart. You can also see the 26 of Bogus looking to the inside of Lee Walker. Mongeon all over the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. Lee Walker in the fourth spot is trying to hold off the 26 of Bogus. But the battle up front for the lead is between the 98 and the 19. Nuttall hanging on. The 19 pushing hard, putting a lot of pressure. Looks to the inside. Tries to make a run here. Looks like he maybe has position as they come into turn number 1. Jase Mongeon will get position on the 98 of Nuttall. Nuttall up out of the groove. Mongeon making his way past. That might open the door for the 32 of Erik Steel. Nuttall coming back on the outside as they come in to the corner here. Steel looks to the inside as well. They come off of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Steel trying to take advantage and move past the 98 of Nuttall as well. Steel makes the pass. Nuttall gets shuffled back to the third spot. Out front, it is the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Mongeon now with the lead as Lee Walker tries to hold off the 26th of Bogus. And we are under caution again. Caution on the speedway. This is the fourth caution of the race. We are 20 laps in. Let's see what brought out that caution. Looks like the 314 of Matthews just got into the corner too hard, got into the 18 of Super Dave Osborne, turning Osborne around, bringing out caution number 4. When I first started running leagues and first started administering leagues, one of the hardest things to do was race control. You had to bind keys, you had to use a keyboard or a button box, and then you had to go into the iRacing interface and you had to set everything up and you had to know what codes to put in. Well, Adminboxx has simplified that. You get a box, it's plug and play. Everything's pre-programmed, the buttons are clearly labeled, it's easy. You need to throw a yellow, all you do is push a button. You need to give a driver an EOL, you hit the EOL button, enter the number and press enter, and the driver has an EOL. No key binding, no complications. Just quick, simple, effective race administration. If you'd like to know more about the Adminboxx product, go to www.adminboxx.com. I tell you right now, folks, I couldn't do it without the Adminboxx. I don't know how I did it before, but I know now that it's probably my favorite product that I've picked up in the last 6 months or so for iRacing. We are still under caution. We are on lap number 22 of 50. See iRacing struggling a bit again to render enough cars to be able to hang on. Limitations of probably my computer to a degree, but also of the iRacing platform and server. Once we get up past about 25 cars, it can become quite challenging to show that race. Out front, it is the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Mongeon with the lead, followed by Quinten Nuttall. Lee Walker in the third spot as we're getting ready to have another restart. Pace car leading the field down the back straightaway. Mongeon on the pole. He will get to determine the pace of the race start. Jase Mongeon up front. Nuttall second. Walker third. The green flag is out. Jase Mongeon taking the lead on the restart. It's Mongeon out front, followed then by the 98 of Nuttall and the 363 of Walker. Outstanding racing at USA International Speedway this evening. As we ride along with the 363 of Walker up front, that is the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Yellow is out one more time. Folks, we are halfway in and we are already on caution number 5. Let's see what brought out this caution. And looks like the 72 of Chris Franz was trying to work his way to the outside of Richelieu. Richelieu just didn't realize he was there. And that will bring out the caution. We are 26 laps into a 50-lap event. The 19 of Jase Mongeon holds on to the lead. Nuttall is second, Bogg is third, Walker fourth. As again, we're having some trouble with the iRacing platform properly rendering automobiles. Erik Steel and Aaron Johnson choosing to take tires under this caution. Steel and Johnson relatively near the back. We had the wrong footage. That caution was brought out by an incident involving Steel and Johnson on the restart. Steel getting down to the inside, crashing into the inside of Johnson, turning Johnson around. Johnson then sliding up to the outside wall and collecting Super Dave Osborne. Apologies for that. Up front, it is still the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Quinten Nuttall running second. Lee Walker currently in the third spot. iRacing really struggling to render the large field that we have here. So Mike Winter being shown in first. Winter actually well back in the field, running in about the 8th or 9th spot. Bogus being shown in the third spot, Lee Walker fourth. I do apologize for the telemetry. Really struggling here to render this large field of race cars. We are halfway through, a little past halfway through a 50-lap event. Out front, it is the 19 of Jase Mongeon. The green flag is out. You see the 20 of Nuttall and the 26 of Bogus running side by side there. That is the battle for the third spot. Andrew Bogus working his way around, as we can just see the 19 of Mongeon back onto the speedway, now disappearing one more time. As we see the battle between the 98 of Quinten Nuttall and the 26 of Bogus. That should be the battle for the second position. Lee Walker running fourth, Jase Mongeon up front. So Mongeon might be having a little bit of an internet issue as well that's creating some of the problems that we're seeing here. Jase Mongeon out front, Bogus second, Nuttall third, Walker fourth, Jacob Nuttall in the fifth spot with Mike Winter sixth, Reynolds in the seventh spot, Ty Allenby eighth, Chaber ninth, Cotterman 10th, and Fisher 11th. And it is a problem with the internet for the 19 of Jase Mongeon. We are 32 laps into a 61-lap event. Jase Mongeon holds on to the lead, as we can see Nuttall trying to work his way to the inside of the 26th of Bogus. That's the lap car of Richelieu. Nuttall just behind Bogus. Mongeon out front. We'll stay right here with this battle between the 26 and the 98, as Mongeon beginning to pull away. In that 19 car. Mongeon stretching the lead now out to about 7 car lengths, as Bogus beginning to pull away from the 98 of Nuttall, and the caution is out one more time. This will be caution number 5. This is the caution that involves the 72 of Reynolds, who just got a big run on that 27 car and around with the 27. So collected the 00 of Chaber. Out front, it's still the 19 of Jase Mongeon. We are 35 laps in to a 61-lap event. That is 6 cautions so far. We've still got 15 laps to go. Anything can happen. Reynolds currently in the 8th spot. Jed Cotterman's worked his way back up to 9th, with Fisher in the 10th spot. Eric Sellers is up to 11th. Erik Steel has moved into the 14th spot. Steel was one of the early front runners. He was involved, first he pitted, then he was involved in an incident with Johnson and a couple of others. Right now, the leader is the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Scheduled for 50 laps. 14 laps remain. Mongeon took the lead on about lap 16 and has never looked back. Jase Mongeon right now the class of the field. Andrew Bogus has moved into that second spot. Quinten Nuttall now in third. Lee Walker remains in fourth. Walker hanging around the top 5 pretty much all day, just behind Walker. That's the 20 of Jacob Nuttall, giving the Nuttall brothers 2 cars in the top 5. Behind them, that's the 007 of Winter in 6th. Ty Allenby has worked his way up to the 7th spot, with Reynolds in the 72 in 8th, Cotterman 9th, and Fisher rounding out the top 10. Eric Sellers, who started 22nd, worked his way up into the top 10, then spun. Sellers now back into the 11th spot as we see Mongeon having some trouble again with internet flicker. There, Mongeon has disappeared one more time. So Jase Mongeon with some internet issues. Out front, it is the 19 car, followed by the 26 of Bogus, then Nuttall, Walker, Nuttall, Winter, Allenby, Reynolds, Cotterman, and Fisher. The Hell for Leather Legends League, racing every Sunday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. A unique series that combines both Legends car racing and SK Modifieds. Each week, each car races at the same track. This week, racing USA International Speedway for the Legends. Next week will be USA International Speedway for the SK Mods. The next week, a new track for the Legends, the same track for the Modifieds. We'll do that for a total of 12 weeks. Crown 3 different championships, a Legends champion, an SK Modified champion, and a combined champion. If you want to learn more, go to Cotterman iRacing Team or the Johnson iRacing Team on Facebook, or go to www.jirtracing.com. Out front, Jase Mongeon continues to lead. The lights are still on the pace car. 12 laps remaining in this scheduled 50-lap event. Pace car leading the field down the front straightaway. The lights are off. We should be getting a green flag next time by. Double file restart. Mongeon and Bogus up front, then Nuttall and Walker, then Nuttall and Winter, followed by Allenby, Reynolds, and Cotterman and Fisher. Those are your top 10. Just behind them, we see Eric Sellers and the 5 of Joseph Ralph. Green flag should be coming out this time by. Mongeon will determine the pace of the restart. Mongeon hammers the throttle. Mongeon gets a great restart. The 98 of Nuttall goes with him. They both look to the inside of the 26 of Bogus. Everybody trying to get around. Both Nuttalls trying to find their way by as the 98 of Quinten Nuttall moves into the second spot with the 26 of Bogus on the outside. Bogus using the high line well, gets a great run off the turn, now down the back straightaway, trying to hold off the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. Nuttall through the center of 3 and 4 out onto the front straightaway. Bogus can't quite hold him off as Nuttall's going to make the pass and move into the second spot. Bogus in third, Jacob Nuttall in fourth, Lee Walker now back in the fifth spot with Mike Winter in sixth. Ty Allenby's worked his way up into seventh, and look who's in the top 10. Jed Cotterman and Eric Sellers both working their way back up from deep in the field. Out front, it is still the 19. It is still the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Caution is out one more time. Goodness gracious, but the cautions have flown here at USA. Caution number 7 on the speedway. Looks like it was brought out when the 19 gets into the back of the Winter. That collects the 20 of Jacob Nuttall, and it looked like it got the 72 of Kyle Reynolds. Ty Allenby getting into the back of the 007 brings out caution. I believe that is the 7th caution of the day. We are 7 cautions in, and my goodness, have we seen some cautions. If you want to learn more about the Hell for Leather Legends League, go to the Johnson iRacing team on Facebook, the Cotterman iRacing team on Facebook, or check out www.jirtracing.com. Let's have a look at a little promo for the Hell for Leather League. Still plenty of spots available. We expect to be racing the SK Modifieds at USA International Speedway at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, 1 Pacific next Sunday, which would be March 27th. So Sunday, March 27th. If you haven't joined the league yet, reach out to Jed Cotterman, Aaron Johnson, Quinten Nuttall, or Keegan Sabilo for more information. We have had 7 cautions on the day. Jase Mongeon leads. Quinten Nuttall is in the 2nd spot. Andrew Bogus is 3rd. Lee Walker back into the 4th spot. Eric Sellers has moved all the way up to 5th after starting 22nd, dropping back after a spin. So he worked his way back up to 10th, then dropped back to 21st. Sellers back to 5th. If there are points for passing, Eric Sellers would have about 40 because he's passed most of the field twice. Ty Allenby is in the 6th spot. Jed Cotterman back up to 7th. Tyler Daniels has worked his way into the top 10 and 8th. Brandon Herzing 9th, and Erik Steel in the 10th spot. Steel also victim of an early accident involving the 27 of Richelieu, the 00 of Johnson, and the 71 of Calabro. Aaron Johnson has worked his way back to 12th. That's after going to the rear twice as well. So a lot of drivers finding their way from the back to the front to the back to the front. We'll see if that works out. The lights are off on the pace car. We expect a green flag this time by we're on lap 46 of a scheduled 50. Pace car leaving the racing surface momentarily. When he does, it will be up to Mongeon to start the race. Mongeon hammers the throttle, and we are underway as Jase Mongeon gets a jump on the 98 of Nuttall. Big crash, oh my goodness. Huge accident in the back, cars flying everywhere. Looks like about 15 cars taken out on that restart. My goodness. Caution is back out. This will be caution number 8, and what a terrible accident. Let's have a look and see what happened to bring out this caution. Looks like Joseph Ralph got into Herzing, then Steele got down as well. That collected a whole bunch of cars to the inside. Johnson involved, Nuttall involved. Looks like Super Dave Osborne was involved. Pretty much everyone from about 6th place on back involved in that accident in one way or another. Jed Cotterman snuck through. Looks like Fisher snuck through. Matthews made his way through as well. Johnson was involved, as was the team car, the 72 of Kyle Reynolds. Huge amount of confusion here as a number of cars trapped behind the pace car trying to find their way around. The leader is the 19. 12 to go. Johnson's car doesn't look too much worse for the wear after that incident, but he will drop well back in the field. We will be in a green-white checkered situation with Jase Mongeon hanging on to the lead. Quinten Nuttall 2nd, Andrew Bogus 3rd, Sellers in the 4th spot, Lee Walker in 5th, Ty Allenby 6th, Robert Matthews is 7th, Fisher in the 8th spot, Cotterman 9th, Steel will hang on to a top 10. He is in the 10th spot. Osborne 11th, Chaber 12th, Calabro 13th, Ralph 14th, Kyle Reynolds shown 15th, Aaron Johnson in 16th, the last car on the lead lap. Jase Mongeon has been the class of the field since taking the lead on lap number 15. Behind Mongeon, that's Quinten Nuttall. Nuttall running in the top 5 all day long. Behind him, Andrew Bogus, also a top 5 car for most of the day. Lee Walker currently in the 5th spot. Eric Sellers running 4th. Sellers has worked his way from the back to the front twice. Jase Mongeon, again with some internet lag issues. Mongeon now out of the picture. That's why the Speedway currently sits empty. It's that Mongeon's car not being rendered by iRacing. We can ride along with Lee Walker. Walker currently in the 5th spot as the top 4 cars right now not rendered by iRacing. We do have a green-white checkered situation coming up. I believe we are 1 to green at this point. Caution is still out. This is the Hell for Leather Legends portion of the Hell for Leather League. Out front, it is the 363 of Walker for now. Although once the cars get re-rendered by iRacing, we'll see that Jase Mongeon is your leader. Mongeon up front, followed by Nuttall, Bogus, Sellers, Walker, Allenby, Matthews, Fisher, Cotterman, and Steel. Those your top 10. Lights are off on the pace car. We should get the green this time by for a green-white checkered finish. Jase Mongeon hammers the throttle, gets a nice restart, jumps out in front of the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. Nuttall trying to hold down on the 26 of Bogus, throws a pretty heavy-duty block and holds the line underneath the 19. Erik Sellers looks to the outside. Sellers in the 4th spot looks to the high side on Bogus out front. It is still the 19 of Jase Mongeon. Mongeon with the lead, followed by Nuttall. Oh, and it looks like caution is out again. We see a huge crash on the back straightaway. Caution is out. This is the 9th caution of the day. Let's see what happened to bring out caution number 9. Joseph Ralph slides up, gets into the 71 of Calabro. Calabro tries to save it. Johnson's underneath. Calabro comes down, gets Johnson. Johnson collects the 20. Looks like that collects the 9 as well. Might be the 3 that's involved. That's Mahar. So all kinds of cars involved one more time. Big crash involving the 5 of Ralph and the 71 of Calabro. Kicks off a melee on the back straightaway. We're under yellow for the 9th time. It will come down to another green-white checkered in the Hell for Leather Legends series. You get 2 chances at a green-white checkered. This is the second opportunity. If we're not able to get the race in now, the race will end under caution. Couldn't tell who that was. Looked like it might have been the 25 of Tyler Daniels getting the lucky dog. Out front, that is the 19 of Jase Mongeon, followed by the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. Then the 26th of Bogus. Behind them, that's the 97 of Sellers. Then the 363 of Lee Walker. Those your top 5. Pace car leading the field. This is our final chance to get this race in, as it's the 19 of Jase Mongeon with the lead. Mongeon has run an outstanding race, took the lead around lap number 15 and has not looked back. He has been the class of the field For the last 50 laps or so, the last 40 laps or so, Mongeon with the lead, Nuttall second, Boggess third, the 97 of Sellers in the fourth spot, Lee Walker running fifth. Sellers just wrapped up the championship in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends Fall Fling, sewing up the championship at the end of race number 11. So with one race left in the season, Sellers could not be caught. An outstanding season by Erik Sellers. Erik Steel currently leads the points in TDR League of Legends Weekend Warriors Series, followed by the 363 of Walker. Those two part of the Cars and Stars of TDR, racing here in the Hell for Leather Legends and SK Modified League. Lights are off on the pace car. We've got 3 laps to go, because this is it for the green-white checkered. When we take the green flag, it will be with 2 to go. Can Jase Mongeon hold off the 98 of Quinten Nuttall? Erik Sellers is in the 4th spot. He is on newer tires. Will Sellers be able to do anything with the 26 of Boggess, the 98 of Nuttall, or the 19 of Jase Mongeon? Pace car is in. Mongeon hammers the throttle, gets a great restart, pulls away from the 98 of Nuttall. Nuttall again turning down, trying to throw a block on the 26 of Boggess, but this time Boggess has position. He's going to go on by. Nuttall trying to do the crossover move, looks to the inside of the 26. He may have something for that 26 car as they come into the turn. Jase Mongeon has checked out, so Mongeon's going to hang on to win this thing. He'll take the white flag this time by. Jase Mongeon in the lead in the Hell for Leather Legends Series with 1 to go. It's Mongeon, Boggess, the 98 of Nuttall, then the 97 of Fisher, and all of a sudden, the race is over. Don't know what happened there, but we're going to call it good. So we must have run out of time. The only thing I can think of is that we time limited out. That will give the win to the 19 of Jase Mongeon. So Mongeon will come home with the victory, followed by the 26 of Boggess and the 98 of Quinten Nuttall. I apologize for some of the broadcast quality here. A very large field of cars makes for a very difficult broadcasting environment. That's going to do it from USA International Speedway. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.